Many petrochemical facilities talk big about quality assurance, but few go to the great lengths that Saudi Qayan does. Here we really do take quality assurance to the nth degree. The Saudi Qayan Petrochemical Complex, which is located at Jubail Industrial City in Saudi Arabia, produces over 4 million metric tons of petrochemicals and chemical products each year. Some of the specialized chemicals, such as ethanolamine, ethoxylates, phenol, cumene, and polycarbonate, are being produced for the first time in Saudi Arabia. These products provide many opportunities for downstream industries. Saudi Qayan is also producing ethylene, propylene, polypropylene, ethylene glycol, benzene, HDPE, and LDPE, and each plant follows international standards for minimum environmental impact. The production processes selected are based on the latest technologies. Olefins has the world-class furnace design by KBR SCORE Technology. The Middle East's first-ever polycarbonate plant based on Asahi Kasei technology, which is phosgene and solvent-free. Polyolefins have Basel technology. Amines will be produced by Oxiteno and phenols by Badger KBR. To support the plant's operation at the highest levels of quality, the company has provided a well-equipped laboratory with a very modern testing facility, in which international standards specified by ISO and ASTM are strictly followed. In fact, QA is one step ahead of their schedule to adopt the ISO 17025 accreditation. The lab includes virtually every type of testing equipment, including gas chromatography mass spectrophotometer, ICP, inductively coupled plasma spectrometry, ion chromatography, XRF, X-ray fluorescence, UV, ultraviolet spectrophotometer, IR, infrared spectrophotometer, sulfur nitrogen chloride analyzer, physical properties testing machines, injection molding machines, extruders, pipe testing machines, high and ultra-performance liquid chromatography and gel permeation chromatography. Saudi Qayan management makes certain that every employee observes strictly the safety standards. In fact, ongoing safety work is an integral part of the work environment. The toxic chemicals exposure of employees is monitored using the absorption tubes, and the analysis is done by gas chromatography desorption technique. Not only the finished product undergoes rigorous quality testing to ensure that it meets or even exceeds the expectations of esteemed customers, but also the effluent is being monitored stringently to ensure it is meeting the Royal Commission requirements. A highly experienced chemist and specialist are present round the clock to support the analysis and process team to monitor the quality of production. To improve traceability, samples are received with barcodes, and all this information is transferred to the lab's information management system. Once the sample is entered into the system, the appropriate technicians perform the necessary testing as per assigned standard methods. After analysis, the authorized person checks and approves the results. Once authorized, the test results are accessible to everyone responsible. Saudi Qayan's strong commitment to hiring and training Saudi nationals for every phase of its operation. And in fact, around 70% of employees at the complex are Saudi nationals. Not only polycarbonate, but every product test, the equipment selected is based on the latest and fastest technique to expedite the analysis time. The Hostylin technology is specifically known for the bimodal pipe grades. One of the stringent requirements for pipes is pressure test. To perform this test, Saudi Qayan opted for the heavy-duty commercial Battenfeld pipe extruder. As per international standards, dimensions of pipe is a critical requirement. The pipe produced is tested keenly for the dimensions and the appearance. To control the DIA and thickness, the pipe is passed through the calibrated die. Further, it is cooled under vacuum with water spray to maintain the shape. The pipe produced is cut automatically into required lengths. Once the pipe specimens are ready, they are pressurized with the water and kept in water bath at 80 or 20 degrees centigrade. The duration to burst or rupture of the pipe is counted in hours. Hydropressure test is very critical for certifying and monitoring the quality of these grades. The gel's determination test for film, pipe, and fiber grade products is very important. To perform this test, Saudi Qayan has selected OCS film extruders. Cast film extruders for PP, HDP, and blown film, especially for LDPE. The gels are detected by passing a film over a high-resolution camera, which takes the picture of the gels. Gel size and shape are recorded and measured with the help of a computer. Fourier Transform Infrared, FTIR, the preferred technique in polymer industries, is the fastest and precise technique to perform certain additives in the polymers. This is the best technique to identify the unknown materials qualitatively as well as quantitatively. In Saudi Qayan, it is used mainly to analyze the copolymer concentration in the polypropylene impact and random grades. This is the only fast and precise technique to monitor the bonded C2 in copolymer. Melt flow indexers are the key instruments in polymer industries. Each polymer is graded based on the melt flow index value. This is the simple but critical test for polymer end users, hence requires precise and well-trained operators. End-use applications are based on the MFR values, and it helps the processor to optimize the process parameters. To expedite the measurement time, online MFR is very useful. OP5. X-ray fluorescence is the fastest and precise technique of performing qualitative as well as quantitative analysis of elemental composition of the polymer. The polymer's stability, strength, durability is mainly controlled by the additives added and catalyst residue present in polymer. Nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy is a preferred analytical tool for determining the atactic or amorphous polymer contribution in polypropylene. This test is traditionally performed by the chemical method, which takes around 5 hours and has to be performed carefully to avoid chemical hazards. The NMR method reduces the time as well as avoids the hazards related to traditional chemical method. 400 MHz nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy mainly used to study the molecular structure of various substances. Saudi Qayan is the only company to have it among all the petrochemical companies in the vicinity. Polycarbonate product needs to monitor for the end groups ratio. To identify and monitor the end groups of polycarbonate polymers precisely and accurately, NMR technique is the right choice. Physical properties of the polymer are intrinsic and essential to establish the grades. The tensile machine for tensile and flexural properties. Impact testers for the impact strength. The films are analyzed for coefficient of friction and tear properties. Density of polymer with auto density meter. DSC for the oxidative induction time and crystallization temperature of polymer. The high and ultra performance liquid chromatography separation is the most precise, reliable, and commonly used technique. This technique is very useful in detecting the composition of high boiling liquids and polymer additives. A variety of different polyethylene types has been developed based on density of the material and the branching of the molecular chains. Density is the utmost important property to control in the production process, and to monitor this NIR is the quickest technique. Gas chromatography is the proven and essential technique used in petrochemical industries. Saudi Kayan has 69 GC to cover various types of analysis ranging from sub-ppm to percent level. Different types of detectors such as TCD, FID, HID, SCD, MSD, and Headspace are available for various applications. Saudi Kayan Quality Assurance Department has two Varian 725ES ICP OES for determination of trace level of metals in sample matrix. Prepared sample solution is introduced into the core of inductively coupled argon plasma ICP by autosampler, which generates temperature of approximately 8,000 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, all elements become thermally excited and emit light at their characteristic wavelengths. The results are calculated against standards and can be measured up to ppb level. Determination of ultra-trace level of nitrogen in benzene and propylene products is a challenge for us to meet the customer requirements. Saudi Kayan Lab has adopted special gas chromatograph fixed with nitrogen chemiluminescence detector to analyze the sample of TP sub-ppm level. Saudi Kayan has opted Mitsubishi VF210MCD for determination of ultra-trace level of chloride. It has a microcoulometric detector. Mitsubishi TS100V for determination of trace level of sulfur in sample matrix. The sample is injected into a reaction tube, maintained at a high temperature, 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius, using argon gas for the carrier gas. Sulfur compounds in the sample are broken down by pyrolysis. The total sulfur concentration in the sample is then determined using a calibration curve prepared in advance with a standard solution. After passing this rigorous and extensive testing in the Quality Assurance Lab, Saudi Kayan products are ready to be exported to meet the needs of the expanding global market. Saudi Kayan is poised to meet any challenge with a proven, professional approach to production, marketing, and quality assurance.